Did you know the exact fiat monetary concepts that Bitcoin was designed to protect against are artificially inflating the supply and suppressing the price? It's literally happening right now. And we can only wonder, what would the price of Bitcoin be if it was just let alone to grow unchecked? Let us explain how fake Bitcoin will destroy your investments. And stick with us until the end to learn how playing a short-term game may not be the best way to win. With Bitcoin ETFs on the horizon, there's a growing concern about the effects of paper Bitcoin on the market. When Bitcoin is sold in any other form than its true state, this is called paper Bitcoin. Shares of ETFs, GBTC, and futures contracts, in addition to tokenized BTC on other blockchains and fraudulent BTC IOUs, all contribute to the total supply of the market. All these financial instruments stem from fiat concepts that challenge the very essence of why Bitcoin was designed. Bitcoin, the bearer asset, has a maximum supply of 21 million coins that is nearly infinitely divisible. It is quite easy to hold real Bitcoin on the base layer of its economic system, and the network is profoundly truthful. The economic incentives in Bitcoin are in stark contrast to the current reigning fiat system that has inflated our global economy. When the largest banks in the world get involved in Bitcoin and help the world adopt this new technology, they will own enormous quantities of coins. The question is, how will we know the same banks that inflated gold will not do the same to Bitcoin? Let's delve into the two facets of paper Bitcoin. The first is Bitcoin IOUs, a common practice among crypto exchanges like FTX, Coinbase, and Celsius. When you deposit Bitcoin with them, they give you an IOU, claiming to hold an equivalent amount of Bitcoin for you. However, this trust-based system can be risky, as demonstrated by the FTX bankruptcy and its inability to fulfill IOUs, resulting in substantial losses for users. The second form of paper Bitcoin, and perhaps the more complex one, encompasses derivatives like futures contracts. These financial instruments derive their value from Bitcoin's price movements, but don't grant you ownership of actual Bitcoin. In essence, they are bets on Bitcoin's future price. Unlike holding BTC, trading in Bitcoin futures doesn't involve directly interacting with the Bitcoin network, and you don't have control over private keys. While futures trading can be a legitimate financial tool for hedging and speculation, it fundamentally divorces Bitcoin's underlying principles, like censorship resistance and decentralization, from the equation. The allure of Bitcoin futures lies in their potential for leverage, allowing traders to amplify their exposure to Bitcoin's price movements. However, this amplification also magnifies risks. Leveraged trading can lead to significant losses or even liquidation if the market moves against you. In this context, paper Bitcoin is the antithesis of self-custody and the principles of trustless peer-to-peer transactions that Bitcoin was designed to embody. It's essential to recognize that paper Bitcoin, whether in the form of IOUs or derivatives, cannot be moved or interacted with on the Bitcoin network. Instead, they exist as financial instruments within traditional financial systems, subject to regulations and market dynamics that are often at odds with Bitcoin's ethos. While these instruments might serve certain market participants, they should not be confused with owning real BTC, where you control your private keys and can participate directly in the network's trustless ecosystem. Now, the question arises, could governments or financial institutions manipulate the price of Bitcoin by flooding the market with an exaggerated supply of rehypothecated coins? On the one hand, if governments attempt to flood the market with paper Bitcoin to suppress its price, they may initially succeed in driving down the price. This would make it appear as if Bitcoin's value has decreased due to a disinterest by the general population. However, this strategy carries a significant risk. As more paper Bitcoin floods the market, people holding fiat currencies will increasingly trade it for or invest in Bitcoin, losing confidence in the fiat system. The increasing disparity and scarcity between Bitcoin and fiat will be undeniable. This loss of faith in fiat currencies can lead to faster devaluation, inflation, and a subsequent surge in the nominal price of Bitcoin, when measured in those depreciating currencies. In essence, as governments or institutions try to hold down Bitcoin's price, they may inadvertently contribute to the very factors that drive Bitcoin's value higher, creating a self-defeating cycle. The scenario can be likened to pushing a beach ball underwater. It might work for a while, but there's a critical flaw. The problem here arises when even a faint scent of doubt surrounds the US dollar. Inevitably, this would lead to a far more complex challenge for the US government. What unfolds is a scenario where the price of Bitcoin starts to skyrocket astronomically when measured in US dollars. This phenomenon mirrors what has happened in countries like Argentina, where the value of their currency, the peso, is plummeting against the US dollar, resulting in exponential increases in the price of assets denominated in US dollars. This chain reaction can be problematic for the US government. While they may be actively shorting Bitcoin futures to curb its ascent, they may unknowingly be setting the stage for colossal financial losses. Simultaneously, the US dollar, which they rely upon, may be losing its value at an alarming rate, creating a situation where the government could potentially face insurmountable losses on their short positions. This dynamic paints a complex picture, one where Bitcoin's intrinsic qualities become even more pronounced as a resilient store of value, challenging any attempts to manipulate its price through artificially inflating its supply. Furthermore, this manipulation tactic is a double-edged sword. The erratic price behavior that could emerge would disrupt market stability, erode investor trust, and create an environment of uncertainty affecting the broader financial landscape. This eroding of trust in the fiat system will only drive more and more people to the most verifiable system in the world, Bitcoin. The paper Bitcoin dilemma shines a spotlight on the stark disparities between genuine Bitcoin and its derivative counterparts. While endeavors to manipulate Bitcoin's price may exert short-term influence on its value, they unwittingly set in motion a series of events that can spiral into uncontrollable market dynamics. Paradoxically, these efforts may sow the seeds of Bitcoin's own triumph. For every attempt to stifle its ascent, Bitcoin emerges more resilient and alluring. Its scarcity, decentralization, and uncensorable network become increasingly important as the world grapples with the unpredictability of fiat currencies and the fragility of traditional financial systems. But this tale is far from over. It's merely one chapter in the ongoing saga about one of the world's most revolutionary discoveries that stands to fundamentally change humanity. To explore further and understand how Bitcoin is reshaping the future of finance, energy, and civilization, we invite you to join us throughout this thrilling journey by watching the next film here. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this documentary, please like and subscribe to our channel. Don't forget to hit the bell icon to be notified about new documentaries every week.